Hey folks, today we are going to solve this problem, count of maximum. In this problem, we are given an array and we have to find the maximum frequency element. That is the element which occurs the maximum number of times in this array. Okay. In case of a tie, we have to choose the smaller element. So let's look at the example. Suppose we are given this sequence. In this sequence, we can see that the element 2 occurs 2 times, one here and one at the last. Element 3 occurs 3 number of times, that is one here, here and here. Whereas the element 4 occurs only one number of times. So we can conclude that element 3 is our answer because it occurs maximum number of time, which is its frequency is 3. Okay. Now let's just suppose we have a tie between the frequency of maximum element. Let's just suppose in place of 4 we just take 2. Now the frequency of element 2 and element 3 is same. That is, frequency of 2 is 3 and frequency of 3 is also 3. In this case, we are given that in case of a tie, choose the smaller element first. So we have to print the smallest element. So in between 2 and 3, 2 is smaller. So our answer will be 2, not 3. Now let's look at some test cases. We are given this sequence. In this array, we have to find the maximum frequency element. In this sequence, the number 1 occurs only one time, whereas 2 occurs 2 times, and 3 occurs one time, and 5 also occurs only a single time. So the maximum frequency element is 2. Okay, and the frequency of 2 is also 2 because it occurs 2 number of times. So our answer will be 2. So now let's look at the approach for this problem. In this problem, we have to keep track of frequency of each and every element. So we can create an array till the size of maximum element in the array, or in general the maximum element we can get. So the maximum element we can get is 10,000. So the elements in this array can range from 1 to 10,000. So we can simply create an array of frequency till of size 10,000. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. And initially we will initialize this array, each index with element 0. Frequency of each element in the starting is 0. Okay, now we will traverse the array, and for each element we will increment the corresponding index frequency. Okay, for 2 we will increase the frequency of 2 from 0 to, now this will be 1. Now we'll move on to the next element, which is 3. We'll increase the frequency of 3 by 1. Now this will be 1. Again we move on to 3, and now we will increase the frequency of 3 by 1. Now this will become 2. Now we will increase the frequency of 4 by 1. The frequency of 4 is 0, so now it will be 1. We move on to the next element, which is 3. We will increase the frequency of 3 by 1. Now it will become 3. And at last element we will increase the frequency of 2. Now the frequency of 2 will become 2. So now we just have to traverse this frequency array and find the maximum element. In this frequency array, the frequency of 0 is 0, the frequency of 1 is 0, the frequency of 2 is 2, which means that 2 occurs 2 number of time in this array, as we can see here. Frequency of 3 is 3 and frequency of 4 is 1. So we can say that the maximum frequency element is 3 and its frequency is also 3. Now let's look at the C++ implementation of the solution. For each test case, we take the input, the size of the array, and then the array itself. Then we created a frequency array of size 10,000 and initialize every element to 0. Then we traverse the array and increase the frequency of each element. After that, We created a answer variable and initialize it with 0. And we traverse the frequency list and we check if frequency of our ith frequency is greater than frequency of our answer. If this is the case, we update our answer. And at last, we print our answer and its frequency. I hope this approach is clear to you and thank you.